Hey, how you doing? This is Teresa coming at you from my kitchen. I'm cutting up some garlic for my, what kind of beans are they? I don't know. Anyway, hey, we're going over step one of marketing Christian music. If you are watching this, maybe you're an artist and you haven't quite been discovered. The heart and my passion of what I'm doing is helping those who know they have a destiny, that God's called them to something, whether it's Christian music, to be a pastor, evangelist, or just a stay-at-home mom, and be able to find the financial freedom to be able to do that. Step number one with Christian music is how to market Christian music. This first step has to do with personal development. I don't know if you heard the skill, but what follows your personal development is also a lot of times is your income. Your income follows your personal development or your skill. I'm not talking about the skill necessarily of you playing a great instrument or you being able to sing. We're going to just know that that's a given. You're anointed, you're called to sing, and you've got the gift, but you're not discovered. So we're going to try to market you. Step number one, though, has to do with you and a skill. Not the skill in the music, but the skill in the personal development in communication. Have you ever heard the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie? I'm telling you what, get that book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. There are success coaches all over the country, some charging thousands of dollars to teach those basic skills that are in that book. Well, I can tell you even better, you could go to the Word of God, because most of those skills and those what they're teaching in Dale Carnegie's book is found in the Word of God. But anyway, powerful tool. That is an example of how you can increase in your personal development. I think the important thing is you need to be able to talk and communicate to folks about your gifts, about your music, without selling on them. I don't know about you, but there's nothing worse than a pushy salesperson. I worked at Best Buy for a short period in between trying to help out with the family and pay some bills. And one thing that they taught us, which I already believed in because I'm a big follower of Dani Johnson, check her out online, DaniJohnson.com, D-A-N-I. But one thing she taught real big, and that even Best Buy was teaching, is that you develop and you talk to people about them. You find out what makes them tick. Find out about their family, what they're interested in. Not just coming across them and trying to sell them something, including yourself. So personal development, I'd love to be able to encourage you to invest in yourself. Be real. Find some skills. Find some tools that'll help you in that skill. If you can be able to communicate and how you deal with other people, it doesn't matter where you are, you'll be able to succeed, because that's half the battle, is that communication skills. Like I said, Dani Johnson, phenomenal teacher, not just a millionaire success coach, but I really like her because she's also a mother like me, and she's an anointed woman of God. I really believe that it's called to help a lot of people in this day and age that we're living in. Check her site out, rise2success.com or DaniJohnson.com. Bottom line is this, and then I'll go back to cutting this garlic. The bottom line is you got to be you. I remember watching American Idol a few years ago, and they had Kenny Rogers on the show, and he was sharing with these young contestants who want to be famous and singers. He was sharing an unbelievable thing about what was a key to his success and his longevity in the music career, and I'll never forget it. He says it's three things. If you can keep these three things as close together as possible, you'll be successful and you go a long ways. And that is one, who people and what people think of you and say you are. Number two, who you think you are, who you think what other people think about you. And number three, who you really are. The authentic you, regardless of what people say, regardless of who's around you, who you really are. He says if those three become the closest, that what people think about you and what people think of, and what you think about yourself, if they are the closest together, that is true. In and out of a house, you're the same person. In and out of a music studio, you're you. The longer you'll have success and the more successful you'll be. One final thought to that. Amy Grant's been around for decades. Started out in Christian music, branched out into secular music. If there's one thing that you'll hear about people talking about Amy, is how real she is, how down to earth. The Amy that you see on Good Morning America is the Amy you're going to see in our kitchen. I remember when I first saw her, I was 16 years old. My mom dragged me to an Amy Grant concert. But that's the thing that caught my attention as a young 16-year-old. Here was a lady not much older than myself, just by a couple years, and she was so darn real and so humble and so giving, and she was just Amy. And she's that way today. So be you, work on you, develop some communication skills, invest in a CD series at DannyJohnson.com. Her success-driven series will probably be the best investment. Read, learn, follow what other people do, and work on you. The bottom line, be authentic. Be you. That's step number 1 for keys to marketing your Christian music. Hey, I hope you're having a good day. I'm going to go back to cutting this garlic. Hey, I'm Teresa. I'll be in touch.